The world is a frightening place. How are we to navigate the perils that lurk out there? How can a person spot dangers, hazards, threats? Well, the British Army has some advice for its soldiers concerning what they should take note of while they're on patrol in a hostile environment. The first thing the soldiers are told to look out for is the absence of normal, i.e. the sudden disappearance of children or women or traffic from the streets. The removal of sheep or goats from the rural landscape. Those things that should be there suddenly not being there. The second phenomenon they are warned to be vigilant about is what the army refers to as the presence of abnormal, meaning the abrupt appearance of things that shouldn't be there suddenly being there. Unfamiliar pickup trucks, hard-faced men in black robes showing up on street corners trying to look like itinerant balloon sellers. Or perhaps a husband and wife desperate for a meeting with an elusive man from the BBC.
Come in.
Hello.
Can I help you?
I'm Cherry Dawson. This is my husband Tatum.
Hello.
We have a 2:30 meeting with Clive Hole, Head of Media Facilitation.
Really? Oh, it's not in the diary.
We made the arrangement with Mr. Hole personally. We're here to talk about Boulder's bacon.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. I recorded it on my phone. Here, listen.
Oh, please, Jerry, for God's sake. I'm trying to donate for my wife's IVF. It's too late. Oh, this is never going to come out of Suede.
I need you to commit to a meeting, Clive. This has been going on for months.
Oh, all right. I, Clive Hole, swear on my word of honour as head of BBC Media Facilitation that I will have a meeting with Cherry and Tatum at my office at 2:30 on the 23rd of September. OK? Now, can I have my magazine back, please?
I'll just let Mr. Hole know you're here. Mr. Hole, Cherry and Tatum are here for their 2:30 meeting.
Thanks, Helen. Good to know. Just give me 1 minute and then send them in.
Of course. Now, can I get you teas, coffees, mineral water, pastries, fruit, nibbles?
A tea would be very nice, thank you.
No problem. Tatum?
Coffee, please. Black. And nibbles?
Of course. Sweet or savoury nibbles?
Savoury nibbles, please.
Of course. If you'd like to go through to Mr. Hole's office, I'll bring them in a moment.
Thank you. Come on, Tatum. Let's get some answers. Afternoon, Clive. Clive?
He's not here, but we heard his voice.
Look! The window's open. He must have jumped out.
Oh, he's escaped again.
There he is. Look! Running across the car park.
Damn it, we almost had him.
Clive Hole had a reputation for being difficult to pin down. Clive Hole had a reputation for prevarication. Clive Hole had a reputation for being unable to make a decision.
So, I rang Clive Hole's office, and Helen said he wasn't available for a meeting for at least 2 weeks.
Why am I not surprised?
He really is hopeless.
I know. Sometimes it feels like he's our only topic of conversation. But look, we've come for tea and cake with Mum, so please, let's forget about Clive Hole for an hour.
Understood.
Oh, hello, you two.
Hey, Mum.
Oh, mwah. How are you, Tatum?
Yeah, okay. Apart from bloody Clive Hole.
Tatum!
So, how have you two been keeping?
I've taken up kickboxing. It's amazing.
Oh, that sounds like serious exercise. You don't fancy kickboxing, Tatum?
No, I've been going for walks.
Oh, be nice for you to do something together, though.
Yeah, we work together.
Oh, that's work, though.
We have our own interests. We're fine.
So who's this Clive Hole you keep talking about?
He's the head of media facilitation at the BBC.
He's had our scripts for over 9 months. We're still waiting for him to make a decision on whether or not the show can go ahead.
The thing is, it's not just us. About half the writers and producers we know are waiting on a decision from him.
So why won't he make a decision?
Because as long as he doesn't make a decision on anything, he can't be wrong. He can't be accused of making mistakes if he doesn't make anything at all.
Yeah, the other neat touch is he can't stand the idea of upsetting anyone, so he's hyper-resistant to telling them he doesn't want to make their shows.
But the thing is, everyone hates his bloody guts anyway.
Well, because he won't make a decision.
Exactly.
But he doesn't know that everyone already hates his guts because everyone's always nice to his face because they think he might greenlight their show. In the meantime, he's living the life of Riley, being driven around in a limo.
Clayton,
Yes, Mr. Hole.
once you drop me at the television centre, I won't need you again until 4.
Very good, Mr. Hole.
By the way, did you have a chance to read that script I gave you?
Yes, I read it last night.
You liked it? Didn't like it? Not diverse enough? Too diverse?
I liked it, Mr. Hole.
Really? Right. Wow. Great. Okay. Great. I might talk to them about commissioning another script. Thank you, Clayton. Oh dear, what does a security chap want? Hi.
Afternoon. We're at Security State Tangerine, so before I let you through to the car park, I need to check inside the car and any bags therein. Now, may I see inside your briefcase, Mr. Hall?
Fine. Yeah.
What's this, Mr. Hall?
It's just an ant farm.
An ant farm. And 2 jars of honey.
Goodness, I've just remembered I've got a meeting with some people from the circus.
The circus?
Yes, I'll take that, thank you. Right, Clayton, take me around the back of the TV centre.
Whereabouts, Mr. Hole?
Along the service road by the car park, there's that chain link fence. There's a bit where it's sagged and looks easy to climb over.
Tatum was suffering from high stress levels due to his dealings with Clive Hole. He blamed this stress for the relapse in his behaviour. Tatum had approached the male prostitute at a bus stop. Then they had walked together to the nearby graveyard.
So, how old are you?
21. How about you?
Older. A lot older. Old enough to know better.
He should be okay. No one can see us from the road. So, what do you want me to do?
I want to pitch something to you.
Eh?
I'm going to pitch you my TV series, and I want you to tell me what you think.
Why?
Well, Clive Hole has had the scripts for over 9 months, but he refuses to make a decision. I bumped into him in the street last week. He pretended to be a Portuguese tourist. I've lost all sight of whether it's any good or not. I just need someone else's perspective.
Oh, sure.
So, it's called Bold as Bacon. It's about this father and son team who go around the markets of Lancashire selling bacon from a stall. But they don't just sell bacon. They solve crimes as well. Plus, it's set in the 70s, so you get all this great glam music for the soundtrack. It's 6 1-hours aimed at a Sunday evening slot. What do you think?
Eh?
What do you think of the pitch?
No idea, mate. Shall I unzip your trousers?
Yeah, go on.
Hello, Clive Hole's office.
Oh, hello. My name's Carol Hood. I'm the writer-producer for Airport Padre. I wanted to check if Clive had watched the pilot episode yet. I've sent him the link 7 times.
I'm afraid that's something only Mr. Hole could tell you. He's out at the moment, but I'll make sure he knows you've called.
Oh, if you could, thanks.
Bye. Another one for the list. Oh, Clive. Mr. Hole! What are you doing outside the window?
Very good. Thanks, Helen.
But we're 2 floors up. What if you fell?
Don't worry. Climbing up is a lot easier than climbing down.
Are you sure you're all right?
Yep, all fine. I'm going to go through to my office and watch some pilots. Make a few decisions. So I want you to hold all my calls for 90 minutes. No, make it 100 minutes.
Once he'd closed his office door, Clive opened the suitcase and removed a glass jar labelled Rainbow Valley Ant Farm and the 2 jars of honey. He quickly broke open the ant farm, took some tweezers, then diligently placed ant after ant into his keyboard and in the back of his computer. He then poured 2 jars worth of honey into the computer.
Helen,
Yes, Clive?
I need you to order me a new computer. My current one has a problem.
Oh. Well, maybe tech support can come and sort it out for you.
I doubt it. You see, it's full of ants.
Ants.
Yes. I remember you saying that your son had an ant farm. I wondered if maybe you'd accidentally brought some of his ants into the office.
I doubt it. Anyway, a few ants shouldn't stop you using the computer.
It's a whole farm's worth of ants, Helen. Plus, there's a lot of honey in there, too.
Honey. But ants don't make honey.
That's what we've always believed, but, well, maybe these ants know better.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure that's how it
Anyway, it means I can't make decisions on these pilots. It's a bloody nuisance, frankly. Still, can't be helped.
In the bank seating of the sports centre, five-a-side football pitch, Cherry and Tatum were sitting, watching 10 middle-aged TV executives huffing and puffing.
Oh, look at them. The heads of every major TV channel and production house in the country. What do they think they look like?
They think they look quite, well, all right. Not great like when they were young, but okay. They think, well, at least we keep fit. They think, as long as we play football, we won't die. They're not playing each other. They're really playing against death.
There's Clive Hole. Look.
Remember when our lives were about other things? When we didn't spend every moment of our time waiting for Clive bloody Hole to say yes or no?
What if he does say no, Cherry? What do we do then? Do we carry on writing together?
We'll decide that when we hear what Clive Hole has to say. You got your football kit on under that coat? There'll be an injury in the next 5 minutes, I guarantee it.
Oh, man down.
It's Paul Feinberg, head of programming at Sky Arts and Crafts.
Right, it's my time to shine.
Go for it.
Tatum ran onto the pitch. He took up the defensive position of the injured player, and after a while, Clive got the ball.
Clive, I've really got to talk to you about Boulder's Bacon.
Listen, Tatum, we should really have this conversation in the office.
Yeah, we came to see you at the office. You jumped out the window. Look, I want you to make a decision on Boulder's Bacon right here, right now.
What? I'm sorry, I have to chase the ball now.
Clive! Watch where you're going! Clive?
What happened?
He's out cold. He ran right into the goalpost.
Clive Hole had hoped that his injury would keep him in the hospital for several weeks, thus relieving him of the pressure to make any decisions. Unfortunately, he was out within 24 hours, and so, once back at work, Clive elected to give some visiting tourists a tour of the BBC building.
And through that door, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our new advanced editing suites. Would you like to see inside?
No, Mr. Hall. You have given us too much of your time already. To meet the head of media facilitation is thrill enough. At Disneyland, you do not expect to be shown around by Walt Disney Jr. himself. Certainly not for 3 hours.
Oh, not at all. It's important to keep the license payers happy.
But we're all foreign tourists, so we don't pay the license.
Ah, Clive.
Oh, hello, Sir Marcus. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Sir Marcus Wilby, head of in-house finances.
Yes. If I could just have a quick word. I'm sure the ladies and gentlemen will excuse us.
Yeah, of course.
I was at a Board of Governors meeting last week, and one of the first items on the agenda was your spending.
Yes,
and everybody agreed what a terrific job you're doing.
Oh.
You seem to have got the spending on programmes right down.
Well, we certainly aren't spending as much as we used to on shows, though there may be a slight shortfall in product, actually in actual programmes, in a few months' time. But...
Oh, that doesn't matter. Somehow something always gets put on, doesn't it? This expenditure cut, though. Excellent work. Well done. Keep it up.
I'll do my best, Sir Marcus.
Tatum,
You all right, Cherry? You look as white as a sheet.
it's bad news, I'm afraid.
Oh, God. What is it?
Your sister Audrey phoned. Your dad's had a serious stroke. He's in hospital in Ipswich.
Oh, thank Christ for that. I thought Clive Hole had phoned to say he wasn't going to make our
Tatum?
series. Oh, look what he's done to me. I'm pleased my dad's had a stroke.
I think it's important you drive up there tonight.
Yes, of course, yeah. Are you coming?
No. I've got kickboxing.
Right.
Tatum took his Mini and drove through the night to Ipswich. He parked in the car park and went through the revolving door. At least all this stuff with Dad has stopped me thinking about Clive Hole, thought Tatum. Then he realised in thinking that he'd once again thought about Clive Hole.
Hi.
Hey, Audrey. How's Dad?
He's very weak. Apparently the next 24 hours are crucial. They've got a nurse with him at all times, and you wouldn't believe how many machines they've got him hooked up to.
Can I go through and see him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm Tatum. I'm his son. Is it okay to talk to him?
Yeah, of course. Just don't tire him out.
Thanks. Dad, it's me.
Tatum?
Emergency! Emergency!
What's happening?
Emergency!
Have you got a mobile switched on?
Just 3?
Turn him off!
But Clive Hole might call.
I don't care whose hole might call. Unless you want to kill your dad, switch him off.
Okay, would airplane mode be okay?
Switch them off. Didn't you see all the signs?
Yeah, I didn't think they applied to me.
Why?
I'm in television.
You can talk to him for just a minute, then he needs to rest.
Dad, it's Tatum.
Son, you okay?
Well, I'm waiting on a green light from Clive.
Son,
I'm fine.
There's something I have to tell you. It's about who your real father is. You know what a big fan of Ken Dodd your mum was? Well, when he played the Ipswich Gaumont in 1972, your mum went backstage to see him and, well, you can guess the rest.
What? Oh, sorry, Dad. I tuned out a bit there. Listen, I just need to give Cherry a quick call. Back in a sec.
Is everything okay with your dad?
Oh, he's fine. Well, he's not fine, but, fine. I wanted to check if Clive Hole had phoned.
It's 5 in the morning.
So he hasn't phoned?
No. Go and spend time with your dad.
Okay. Bye.
He's gone.
Dad?
Yes, Dad.
Meanwhile, Clive Hole had taken delivery of his new computer frustratingly quickly. Consequently, he'd actually viewed an actual pilot and decided he was going to take the plunge and actually greenlight a series.
Helen, can you put me through to Monty Fife's agent, please?
Of course. One moment.
Hello, United Amalgamated Artists.
Jane, it's Clive Hole. How are you?
Clive? Well, I'm fine, thank you. You?
Oh, yes, all good. Listen, I have some good news for Monty. I'm finally going to greenlight Mudlark Springs. Tell him we want 8 episodes.
Monty's dead.
Dead? When?
About 18 months ago now.
Oh, I see. What about the otters? I presume they're still available.
They became extinct last year.
Oh, I see.
Clive decided he needed to get out of his office. He found himself in a basement corridor, dimly remembered from when he was a producer. He came to a door marked Makeup Room B.
Come in.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Mr. Hole. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm doing a sketch for Comic Relief as a ginger-haired man, and I need fixing up with a ginger wig and ginger beard, so I can play a ginger-haired man in a sketch.
Oh, I thought Comic Relief was last year. Isn't it Children in Need?
Oh, yes, Children in Need. That's what I meant. I'm doing a ginger-haired sketch for Children in Need.
Okay. Just give me a moment. I'll send Eugenie to the wig store. Take a seat. Do you want a coffee?
Oh, thanks. That'd be lovely.
A little while later, the happy figure of Clive Hole, disguised as a ginger-haired man, walked out of the front entrance of the BBC. Tatum, who was watching everybody leave through infrared binoculars, didn't spot him. Out and about without Clayton, Ginger Clive found himself by a tube station. He seemed to remember it contained a form of transport he had used long ago, before the BBC started chauffeuring him around. And so he spent the afternoon on various tube trains, switching from one line to another, not really going anywhere. At Baker Street, he ventured above ground and caught a bus. Clive got off the bus on the edge of Soho and found himself standing outside an acupuncturist.
So, you say you're suffering from stress?
Yes. That and, indecisiveness.
Well, acupuncture can definitely help bring down your stress levels. So I am going to start...
Before you start, I wondered if you'd read this script and tell me what you think.
Oh, this isn't really my area.
I'll pay you for your time.
Well, okay, I suppose.
I'll just wait.
And so, whilst Clive Hole was pitching bold as bacon to an acupuncturist and Tatum was pointlessly waiting outside the BBC, his wife Cherry was finishing her kickboxing class.
OK, let's leave it there for now. Good lesson, Cherry. You're really coming on.
Thanks. I enjoyed that.
I sense you were, getting rid of frustrations.
Yeah, you know, when I first started kickboxing, I thought it would completely exhaust me, but I found the opposite.
It gives you more energy.
Definitely. Lots of excess energy.
That's the thing with contact sports.
Yeah, especially one-to-one contact.
What are you doing after the gym?
Having sex in your car?
Smashing. I'm just going to hit the shower.
What do you think?
Bold as bacon? Well, I thought it was too plotty in the first episode. The characters need more development. The lead feels a little one-dimensional at the moment, but the dialogue is engaging and punchy. I'd say it's got a lot of potential.
Really?
Definitely. I can see it working well in a Sunday mid-evening slot.
So, if it were up to you, you'd make it?
I don't see why not.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
OK. Shall we start the treatment now?
Oh, God, no. I'm terrified of needles.
Finding himself back on the tube train, Clive reflected on what the acupuncturist had said. It was time to take the plunge. Clive was going to actually greenlight bold as bacon.
Jerry, it's Clive Hole. Hi, yes. How are you? Great. Well, I've got some good news. I'm giving bold as bacon a green light. Yes, 6 50-minute episodes. I'm thinking mid-evening slot on Sunday. Just a few notes. I thought it was too plotty in the first episode, and the characters need development. The lead feels a little one-dimensional, but the dialogue, engaging and punchy, Cherry, engaging and punchy. So I'll get Helen to set up a lunch and we'll take it from there, all right? Give my best to Tatum. Not at all. Sorry it took so long. Bye.
The next station is Victoria.
Oh, goodness. I did it.
As he zipped backwards and forwards past Victoria on the Victoria line, and from south to north and then north to south on the Northern line, and nowhere much on the Jubilee line, Clive experienced a surge of endorphins. Greenlighting a new series felt good. It felt great. He wanted to do it again. He wanted to do it again right now.
Sarah, it's Clive Hole. Yes, it has been a while. Good news, Sarah. I'm greenlighting 4 episodes of Dim Light Small City. Yes, I'll get Helen to set up a lunch. Not a problem. Sorry it took so long. Bye. This is marvellous. Hello, Malcolm. It's Clive Hole. It has, hasn't it? Anyway, I've got some good news. I'm greenlighting Scorched and Unavailable. Yes, I'll get Helen to set up a lunch. My pleasure. Sorry it took so long. Bye. Wow!
Clive was feeling pretty thrilled with himself. He would have gone on commissioning television series all afternoon had he not suddenly wondered how he was getting such a strong mobile signal so deep underground. Clive stared at the smartphone in his hand. He saw now that it was his glasses case. He had a faint memory of throwing his real mobile underneath a tube train in Holborn.
Oh, dear. Oh, God.
I've never made love in a car before.
Me neither. Sorry about the horn going off.
Comes with the territory. God, it's so good to just switch off my mind.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Sorry, I didn't mean that. It's just that Clive Hole is all Tatum ever talks about. It's like he's the only thing we have in common anymore. It's so refreshing being with you.
Oh, good. Because I enjoy refreshing you.
Clive Hole was standing on the platform at Tottenham Court Road station, considering the pros and cons of throwing himself onto the rails. Then, suddenly, there at the end of the platform, he saw it. A green light. A real green light.
Finally, a sign. This is it.
As the tube train thundered towards him, Clive made the decision and threw himself onto the rails.
On the other hand...
No!
On a cold autumn day in Ipswich, Tatum stood with his sister Audrey at his father's graveside and wondered why he couldn't cry.
I can't believe Dad's gone.
I know. Do you know, I still haven't cried. I don't know why.
He's Cherry, look. Better late than never, I suppose.
Cherry, where have you been? Dad didn't think you were coming.
Sorry, we got delayed.
We?
This is Gareth, my kickboxing trainer.
Hello, mate.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my dad's funeral.
Yeah, very sad and all that.
Listen, Tatum, this might not be the best time to tell you, but you heard about Clive Hole.
Yeah, of course. Chopped into 3 on the Northern Line. Tragic.
While the BBC decide what's going to happen next, I've just been appointed acting head of media facilitation.
Really? Wow. So surely that means...
I've made a decision on Boulders Bacon.
Oh, fabulous.
I'm cancelling it.
What?
Well, it's a bit dated, don't you think? And anyway, I can't be seen to be helping a relative. Listen, we have to go. Speak soon.
Bye, mate.
Bye.
As Tatum watched Cherry and Gareth walk across the graveyard, he suspected that his marriage might be over. But he knew for a fact that Boulders Bacon was over. So then, finally, he cried. Clive Hole starred Catherine Drysdale, Graham Duff, Georgie Glenn, George Fouracres, Tim McInerney, Alice Macmillan and Duncan Wisby. It was written and narrated by Alexei Sayle and adapted for radio by Graham Duff. The producer was Joe Nunnery. It was a BBC Studios production. The world is a frightening place. How are we to navigate the perils that lurk out there? Well, the British Army has some advice for its soldiers. The first thing the soldiers are told to look out for is the absence of normal, i.e. the sudden disappearance of children or women or traffic from the streets. Those things that should be there suddenly not being there. The second phenomenon they are warned to be vigilant about is the presence of abnormal, meaning the abrupt appearance of things that shouldn't be there suddenly being there. Unfamiliar pickup trucks, hard-faced men in black robes showing up on street corners trying to look like itinerant balloon sellers. Or perhaps a woman being interviewed about the distant past in a Spanish farmhouse.
Right, let me just check this is on. So, this is Carly Watson interviewing Helen Cranshaw.
Sorry, you're going to have to remind me what this is for.
It's for my podcast. It's all about the interesting people living in this part of Spain, in this valley, really. So there's Martin Woot of the 90s band Flock of Sea Containers. Remember them?
No.
Oh. Well, Sylvia Tremlett, who wrote that book that was huge in the noughties, A Simpering of Ravens?
No.
Oh. So anyway, I've seen your husband about in town, though you don't mix with us other Brits that much. Then somebody said that he'd been huge in the Blair government, and you and him had been this power couple. So I thought it would be fascinating to talk to you about those years and how you ended up here in this valley living a much simpler life.
Okay.
Would your husband like to talk too? He's called Rupert, right?
No, he's called Rupert.
I said Rupert.
No, he's called Rupert. It's got a small R. And now you're thinking, he's got a small something, because you've seen him in town looking all nervous with his stupid string bag full of lemons, wearing those hippie Kurdish trousers that make you look like you pooed yourself, and his ridiculous little ponytail. You're thinking, how could that have ever bestrode the world like a very colossus? But it did once.
He's got nothing to say. But I'm happy to talk.
Okay, right. Well, you met while studying at Oxford. You were doing English. Rupert, architecture.
He told me he was 6 years old when he decided he was going to be an architect. Not wanted to be, decided to be. He had this technique. He would simply go on and on at his parents, or his scout troop leader, or his sister, until they did what he wished them to do.
But isn't that just whining?
No, Rupert refined it into a method. He even came up with a name for it. Persuasion. Being an architect, creating buildings, it's a way of getting people to do what you want them to do. It allows you to position people in certain ways, to control how they move from one space to the next. After university, he went straight into private practice, while I raised our 2 boys, Mies and Corbu.
And would you say you could pinpoint the moment when he, how can I put it, started to evolve?
Oh, quite clearly. Funnily enough, I remember I was making a soup.
What I'm doing is piddling, Helen. And only a fool would be content with piddling.
But what is it you want to do?
I want to be a player architect, like Norman Foster. I want respect. I want influence. I want the power to design the buildings I want to see built. I want to change the world. But at the moment, I'm lucky if I get to alter a walk-in wardrobe.
I know, but you're mainly taking commissions from private clients, aren't you? I mean, surely that's where the money is.
People with a surfeit of cash and a deficit of taste. I present them with a vision of beauty. And they always want to ruin the spatial flow by insisting on things like doors and walls.
Walls are pretty crucial for buildings.
Some walls are crucial, yes. Other walls are just walls.
You want to keep walls to a minimum?
I want to keep everything to a minimum.
Less is more?
No, less is less. That's the whole point of less.
Sorry, obviously I wasn't implying minimalism is maximalism.
Then there's the oligarchs. The Eastern European gangsters wanting everything ornate, everything painted gold, wanting to live like Caesar with a taste of Elton John.
It could be much worse.
Oh, I know. After all, I refuse to stoop so low as to design buildings for local authorities.
What's the issue with local authorities?
What isn't the issue? Endless meetings, endless restrictions, endless ramps.
Ramps?
Ramps. They want ramps everywhere.
For wheelchair access?
Yes.
But surely that's just...
Preposterous. Exactly.
But look, darling, you are making a very good living. You have everything you need.
Maybe. But I haven't got everything I want.
So what happened?
He embarked on his first project, which turned out to be me. He decided to reimagine me, because what he really wanted was to be the top half of a player couple, like Richard and Ruthie Rogers.
Yeah, I read on Wikipedia that Rogers was like the architect of choice for Britain PLC, wasn't he?
To Rupert's chagrin, yes. And his wife, Ruthie, ran the River Cafe in Hammersmith, which set new standards for getting away with the amount you could charge for a small amount of food you could have bought in a shop yourself and plonked on a plate.
So Rupert wanted you to open a cafe?
Not specifically, no. That was a delicious meal. Celia always has such lovely gatherings.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. I was just looking at Celia. There's something very sexy about a powerful businesswoman, don't you think?
I suppose.
You know, she's just opened a second boutique. You could do something like that.
I don't know the first thing about clothes or how to sell them.
Don't do yourself down. You could do something equally impressive. What about Stella? She's managing that recording studio in Islington. It's given her something extra.
It's given her more money. That must be nice.
It's not just the money, is it? It's the whole package. She looks very sexy.
Are you saying you're attracted to Stella?
Generally speaking, I'd say success is quite an aphrodisiac. So, yes, now Stella's got success, she is instantly more attractive, more desirable.
More desirable than me?
You could start your own business. You've got a good brain. You should be using it. Besides which, it would help me.
Help you?
You see, this is why Norman Foster isn't as big as Richard Rogers. Because nobody knows what Mrs. Foster does, or even if there is a Mrs. Foster.
I don't have a clue what I'd do.
Well, you need to find something. Honestly, I'm sure if I left you to your own devices, you'd be perfectly happy to be a stay-at-home mother.
But you don't think perfectly happy is good enough?
No, I don't think it is.
I knew, unless I did what was required, I'd most likely be gone, and some younger, more driven woman would take my place. The important thing seemed to be to find a niche, I suppose, because once you've filled a niche, there's no room for anybody else in there.
So what did you do?
Well, I was walking past Arding and Hobbs, the big department store that used to be in Clapham, long gone now, of course. They had the flags of all nations flying outside, and I happened to notice how grimy and ragged they were. Zaire was in a particularly tattered state, rather like real life. Anyway, I met the manager and inquired who was responsible for the care and upkeep of the flags. It turned out that it was nobody's responsibility. Well, I pointed out that not only did the scruffy condition of the flags make the store look shabby, but they were also risking offending wealthy Zairean shoppers with the state of their flag. I got the contract to clean and maintain the store's flags. 6 months later, I was running my own flag and pennant maintenance business, called it Ensign of the Times.
And did cleaning flags make you happier?
I don't know, really. Rupert was happier with me, so that made my life easier. Everything fell into place pretty quickly. Soon I had a staff of 6. I was running 2 offices. I started pitching for international work. Then Rupert decided it was time to weigh up what his own options were. I'm still not entirely sure what it is you want.
I want to move forward. But more importantly, I want to move up. I want power and influence. I'm thinking politics.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, surely that's power. Destroying trade unions, starting major wars in minor countries.
You want to stand as an MP? That doesn't sound like your kind of thing.
Shaking hands with the public, knocking on people's doors, smiling on cue, God no. And even if the constituents vote you in, then they can just as easily unvote you out. It's barbaric when you think about it. No, but there has to be a way in.
It was at this point that Rupert heard 2 magic words. Think tank.
So this was when? Late 1995?
Yes. I mean, Rupert could sense which way the wind was howling. That's why, despite his natural inclinations, he joined a left-wing think tank.
Oh, the Lozenge Institute.
I've no idea why it's called that.
So when Labour swept to power in 97, he was in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Blair loved think tanks. They meant he didn't have to do all his own thinking. By then, Rupert had decided to make the leap from think tank to task force.
Right, because task forces have more power.
And Blair loved task forces because they told him what he wanted to hear. Rupert relished the possibility of reshaping society, moving people around like the cursor on his computer screen.
And what was the task force he joined?
The Blue Tangerine Affordable Housing Task Force. Although most of the affordable housing wasn't actually affordable, at least not for those it was intended for. But the task force turned out to be Rupert's natural environment, because you get lots of power and influence, but almost zero responsibility.
So I know Rupert got very close to the Prime Minister. I've seen photos of them drinking Prosecco with Noel Gallagher and Ben Elton.
Well, he waited and wheedled until he could get an invite to a dinner with Tony. Then finally it came, an invite to Helena Kennedy, QC's place. God, when he came back he was so excited.
Hi.
Hey, how did it go?
Perfect. It couldn't have gone better.
Does Tony like your ideas?
Oh, yeah. I'd been there about 20 minutes, and Tony ordered pizzas for his bodyguards and Salman's bodyguards. Anyway, once they'd gone into the other room to eat, I sat down next to Tony, and I went into my pitch. I explained how the work of the great modernist architects Mies van der Rohe and Le Corbusier had been unfairly traduced by the enemies of progress, like that reactionary clot Prince Charles, with his organic oatmeal biscuits and his visions of self-effacing stone cottages.
That was risky. He and Charles might be mates.
I don't think so. Tony sniggered when I mentioned him. Anyway, I told him the issue isn't that architects have gone too far, but rather that they haven't gone far enough. What's needed is more organisation, more planning, more control.
Tony liked that, did he?
Definitely. He had half a spoonful of his granita of summer fruits, then leaned in to hear more. So I went into the second part of the pitch, how people had to be convinced that they wanted this themselves. I told him how through persuasion, instead of the government doing what the people demand, which, when you think about it, is terribly old-fashioned, you could get the people to demand what you wanted to give them in the first place.
I bet Tony liked that as well.
He loved it. I told him we need a whole new way of doing things. If all the powers of the government, all the ministers, all the civil servants simply went on and on and on and on without deviation or deflection, soon the populace would be clamouring to be given the chance to live in planned housing, in controlled zones, eating nutritious, balanced meals in spacious communal canteens. Ruthie Rogers could design the menus. Anyway, just as he was leaving, we were on the doorstep, and Tony said, "Rupert, I want you to do the undoable."
Wow. What did you say?
I said, "I'd do the undoable."
Must have been an exciting time.
For Rupert, yes. Finally, he had power. He had, well, everything, really. He had an influential position, a partner with a successful flag-cleaning business, a family, and a house. Or rather, the house. Rupert loved the house more than anything. He'd found a place in Belgravia, just half a mile from Richard and Ruthie's. Of course, I wasn't allowed to see the place until he'd completely ripped it out and rebuilt it. Or, as he put it, transformed it into an oasis of light and space.
It's just along here.
I wish you'd have let me see the house before now. I could have helped you pick out some fabrics.
Don't worry, everything's been taken care of. Here we are.
There's no door handle, no keyhole.
It has an electronic key, like the car. Once you hear the beep, the door's unlocked and you can enter. Shit, set the alarm off.
Wow! It's a massive glass staircase.
It's not a staircase, Helen. It's an agent of linkage, creating flow from the basement all the way up to the new skylights in the loft. A conventional staircase would have disrupted the sense of lightness and space. Come.
Oh.
What?
It's weird, it not having any handrail or anything. It makes me feel like I might fall off.
You won't.
I'm going to go back down.
I presume you like it.
It's amazing. There's so much space. It's the least wally house I've ever seen. I don't want to be picky, but what about storage space? There's no cupboards or shelves or anything.
If you look closely, you can see that wall there is all cupboards.
Is it? It looks like just a wall. There's no handles or...
Come here. Look. See that tiny little indentation?
No, where?
There. That little square indentation.
Where? Oh God, yes, I see.
Press it. And pull. See? There's plenty of storage space.
Oh, very nice.
You can keep all your knickknacks and ornaments in here.
Keep ornaments in a drawer.
Don't worry, there's plenty of space.
All the same, these indentations are quite tricky to see. I might have to put stickers on them just until I get used to where they are.
Stickers?
Just until I get the hang of...
Stickers?
Sorry.
While we're at it, why don't we stick up some Laura Ashley wallpaper and get some DFS sofas?
Sorry,
You'll get to know where the handles are. You'll learn.
To say it was our new home, well, it wasn't exactly what you'd call homely. More like some futuristic film set.
It sounds magical.
You see, the thing about minimalism is it's demanding. It asks a lot of you. Everything is balanced on a hair trigger of harmony. The slightest thing out of place throws the whole delicate equilibrium into utter chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I never was the tidiest of people, but after about 2 months, Rupert somehow got me into the habit of putting everything away. Then after 4 months, I decided to rent a secret bedsit. Tiny place in Vauxhall. Filled it, floor to ceiling, with lovely sweet things. Big, comfy, cosy chairs, leatherette footstools, flowery applique table mats, pottery turtles, a rocking chair. I'd sneak off there. It was like visiting a lover. I'd go there 2, maybe 3 times a week, only for a couple of hours, to enjoy all the lovely things. It was so nice. I'd just sit in the rocking chair and stroke a ceramic clown. Then Rupert found out.
Hello, Helen.
Oh.
Welcome home.
Oh, hello, darling. You startled me.
How was your afternoon?
Fine. Well, apart from the weather, which isn't fine. It's horrible.
Where have you been?
Just shopping.
Shopping?
Yes.
Where?
Just the shops.
You can drop the act, Helen. I know where you've been. You've been spending time at that place.
What place?
Flat 6, 93 Whedon Road, Vauxhall.
You know about it.
I suspected for weeks, so I decided to have you followed.
You had me followed?
Yes, well, it was actually Gordon Brown who was following you. That man cannot let anything go. You have to admire him for it.
But he's the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
That's how much me and Tony and Gordon care about you. So, if you'd like to look at these photographs Gordon took, I'm sure you'll recognize yourself. Getting out of a cab. See how happy you are, Helen? Putting the key in the lock. Disappearing inside. I shudder to think what ugliness lurks within.
It's just a few knickknacks.
I don't want to know. No, I'm not going to shout at you, Helen. I don't have to. Because you know that what you've done is wrong. Don't you?
Yes.
How do you think it makes me feel to see you looking happy like this?
I'm sorry, Rupert.
So you gave up the flat?
Yes. To be honest, by that stage, I was so busy cleaning flags, I didn't really have much time to stroke a ceramic clown. For a while, things settled down. But then, Patrick arrived.
Patrick?
Patrick changed Rupert. I can definitely divide our lives into pre-Patrick and post-Patrick. Hello, darling. I didn't think you'd still be up. How did the briefing with Tony go?
It was fine. Did you see it?
Did I see what?
Patrick.
Who's Patrick?
Some morbidly obese JD sports-wearing lager-louder, I guess.
Is this someone you're working with?
No. You know our end of terrace wall?
Yes.
The wall which has been smoothed over and over to the finish of an egg, then coated 5 times with that special white paint I imported from Germany?
Yes.
Well, on that beautiful wall, Patrick, who I assume is some idiot working-class oik, has spray-painted his name in 2-foot-high letters.
Oh, what a bore.
A bore? A bore? I couldn't feel more violated. God knows how he got to Belgravia from his slum. But let's face it, no proletarian kid is capable of wanting more than a few 100 yards without having to sit down for a packet of crisps, a bottle of Sunny Delight and some crack cocaine.
Sorry, darling, I'm a bit frazzled. Dry Kleenex 01 was exhausting.
What? What are you saying?
I told you, Dry Kleenex 01. The Dry Cleaning Expo in Glasgow. I've been gone for 2 days. I rather naively thought you might have noticed.
You don't care, do you?
It can be sorted out tomorrow.
Every second those letters are on that wall, they cause me acute anguish.
Well, if it's so upsetting, go and paint over it yourself.
I did. I made it bigger.
Why would you want to do that?
I didn't want to do it. I had half a tin of the original paint, so I painted over it. But something must have happened whilst it was under the stairs in the coal hole. Or perhaps it reacted with the black spray paint. Either way, it's turned dark grey. And because I'd simply followed the outline of the letters, it made them grow bigger.
We can get the builders to come and sort it out. It's just a bit of graffiti, for God's sake.
Why did I marry you?
What?
You're my partner. You're supposed to understand. I feel like sleeping in the spare room.
Well, you should have designed a house with a bloody spare room then, shouldn't you?
I suppose he calmed down once it was sorted out.
It took 2 days for the builders to turn up. I was so relieved when they arrived. But then, after 90 minutes, the foreman said there was a problem. I went to look. I couldn't believe it. They'd given it 3 coats, but there'd obviously been a chemical reaction between the spray paint, the paint from the coal hole, and the new paint, so that now the word Patrick was picked out in bright orange letters on a pure white background, and it had got much bigger too. It was massive, as if our house was some kind of bar called Patrick.
How did Rupert react to that?
Didn't bring the best out of him. Rupert, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm lying on the kitchen floor.
Why?
I'm admiring these chairs, the Barcelona Chairs.
They are pretty nice.
These are cantilever steel, designed by Mies van der Rohe for the German pavilion at the 1929 Barcelona International Exposition. Nice, they are perfection.
But are they worth lying on the kitchen floor for? I don't think Tony'd like you lying on the floor.
No, you're right. Tony! All right, geese? Yeah, sound. Yeah, cool. No problemo. I'll be there in 30, dude.
Everything all right?
Tony's got the president of Indonesia at Downing Street. Hey, Alistair's been telling him about my ideas, but Tony wants me to go over and do it in person.
That's marvellous.
Right, I'm going there now. But I want you to have a stern word with those builders. Say, listen, you useless gits, just get rid of that bloody word. Chop it out if you have to, but get rid of it.
OK, but I might not call them gits. Rupert drove back about 4 hours later. He turned his headlights to high beam so he could see what the workmen had done. And what they'd done, what the useless gits had done, was use chisels and hammers and drills to carve the name out of the brickwork. So now the word Patrick was hacked into our wall in 6-foot-high letters. Patrick! And that's when Rupert drove the Audi straight at the wall. The word was so big, he couldn't miss it.
Christ, was he injured?
Big Audis are known for their safety features. The crumple zones crumpled and the airbags were deployed. He got out without a mark on him. Then he walked into the kitchen and sat down to drink a bottle of bleach.
Oh, God, that is so contraindicated.
He would have died in agony if Jana, the Finnish au pair, hadn't come in looking for some polenta for a late-night snack. Luckily in Finland, suicide is so common they teach antidote administration at junior school. She immediately knocked the bottle of bleach from Rupert's hand and poured bottle after bottle of Evian down him until the paramedics arrived. Do you know, in all the time Rupert was in the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, Tony never went to see him. Although Gordon Brown did send some balloons.
That must have been such a dreadful time for you both.
We got through it. After he came out of hospital, we took the kids and came here to southern Spain, to this lovely little whitewashed farmhouse in the Sierra Nevada. Gorgeous countryside. And it worked. He took time to smell the roses. Not that he likes roses, he thinks they have too many petals, too cluttered. But the important thing is he slowed down.
But how does Rupert cope? I mean, with this place being so like it is.
So relaxed and disorganised and messy. There was a moment, after about a year, when I caught him looking discontentedly at the kitchen, thinking of how to improve the flow. And another night he shouted at Corbu, "Can't you clear up some of this bloody mess?" We all froze, like a Siberian farmer hearing the howl of the first wolves of winter. That night, While Rupert lay sleeping, wrapped in dreams of towering cities, I went outside, and on the white moonlit wall of the farmhouse, with a Sharpie, I wrote in tiny letters the one word: Patrick.
Ah! No! No! It can't be! He's here! No!
By the way, you can't use any of this in your stupid podcast.
What? Then why did you let me interview you?
It's nice to talk about old times.
Barcelona Chairs starred Ambeka Mod, Hugh Quashie and Siobhan Redmond. It was written and narrated by Alexei Sayle and adapted for radio by Graham Duff. The producer was Joe Nunnery. It was a BBC Studios production.
And Alexei Sayle's The Absolute
The world is a frightening place. How are we to navigate the perils that lurk out there? How can a person spot dangers, hazards, threats? Well, the British Army has some advice for its soldiers concerning what they should take note of while they're on patrol in a hostile environment. The first thing the soldiers are told to look out for is the absence of normal, i.e. the sudden disappearance of children or women or traffic from the streets. The removal of sheep or goats from the rural landscape. Those things that should be there suddenly not being there. The second phenomenon they are warned to be vigilant about is what the army refers to as the presence of abnormal, meaning the abrupt appearance of things that shouldn't be there suddenly being there. Unfamiliar pickup trucks, hard-faced men in black robes showing up on street corners trying to look like itinerant balloon sellers. Or a girl pushing her older brother in a wheelchair. On the surface, the very epitome of filial devotion.
You know, Jason, people see my gorgeous hair and my lovely clothes and my perfect nails and they think, I bet that girl only thinks of herself, but they are so wrong. And they think that I can't be a spiritual person, but they don't see that I've literally got a tattoo that says, push yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you, on my ass. How inspirational is that? How freaking spiritual is that?
Yeah, but I literally do need somebody else to push me because I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah, but if I wasn't spiritual, would this woodland be my favourite place in the whole of Liverpool? People assume when I take you out in your wheelchair that we'll go along the prom by the river or down to the shops. But I like to go out of our house in St Michael's Hamlet and down towards this path which leads to this place which I call the Nameless Park. I just love these beech and chestnut trees, see? I've learnt their names. And how they form a canopy over the path. And I love these Australian and Japanese weeds that accidentally came over with the plants in the Liverpool Garden Festival they had in the 80s. The one that was supposed to stop poverty or something in the city. Other people think they're ugly, but I see their true beauty. Look at those black leaves, aren't they fantastic? Whenever you are feeling down, remember to count your blessings and you shall smile again.
Yeah, I think you might have said that before.
You know what your problem is?
Swelling of the face, hands and feet, abdominal pain, muscular spasms, and having to have dialysis every week.
Oh, you're one of those people who doesn't see the real me.
But I do, honest. Sorry, sis.
They say it'll all change after the capsule culture later this year, but right now, it's neglected. Left alone. Of course, they said everything had changed after the garden festival, but it didn't. Apart from the poisonous foreign weeds, nothing's different. You see, that's one of the things I love about this place. Because it doesn't have a name, it can be anything I want it to be. When I walk through those old sandstone gateposts with those weird-looking, Celtic-looking crosses carved into them, I feel like I could be anywhere. I could be in a fairy tale or an expensive shampoo advert.
You are spiritual.
This is my own private paradise, Jason. You're lucky I bring you here at all.
No, thanks. I appreciate it.
Oh, damn bloody tree roots. I'm so sorry that keeps happening.
Not to worry, sis. I'm fine.
I'd help you up into the chair, but you're heavy.
I know.
And I've just had my nails done.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, it's fine.
Yeah, almost there. Oh, well done, Jason.
No harm done.
I'm just going to pop to a cafe. I'll take you with me, but, you know, it's very bumpy down that way. And you don't want me tipping you out the chair again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you'll be all right here for 10 minutes, won't you?
Yeah, sure. Don't be too long, mind. It looks like it could rain.
In a bit. You see that battered old van that's always parked up just beyond the locked gates of the garden festival site? And that tattooed man who sits inside smoking with his very large brown dog padding around outside. Your presence drives the dog mad, and it flings itself at the bent and corroded bars of the gate, growling and snarling, frothy slobber flying from its furious jaws. One day, the bars will break and the dog will get out. I wonder what will happen after that.
See you soon, sis.
One into town, please.
That'll be £1.50. Going to the shop screen.
Yeah, probably.
Starting to rain.
I hope Jason and his sister don't get caught in it.
Oh, look at the time. I need to head into town.
What are you up to?
Do you not remember? I've got a test drive booked for the new BMW 6 Series Coupe. I mean, I know we've got the Range Rover and the Mini, but I just fancied something just for me, you know.
All right, you treat yourself, love.
Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a clinic. Hello?
Mr. Savari?
Yep.
It's Dr. Keyes. I wanted to speak to you just because we've got the rest of Jason's tests back.
Right.
Now, I don't want you to panic, but we've noticed a couple of things in the last set of tests Jason had which are quite worrying, so we'd like you to bring him back in.
What? Right, okay. Let me get me down.
No, we'd like Jason to come back today. Right away. now.
Oh, I see. Well, he's out on a walk with his sister. We'll go and pick him up and bring him straight to the clinic.
I do think that would be best.
All right, Doctor. Leave it with me.
What is it?
Dr. Keynes. She says we need to take Jason back there right away to the Lourdes clinic. They need to do more tests.
Is it an emergency?
No. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Come on, let's go and pick them up.
I'll call them.
Hi, Mum.
Jason, are you okay, love?
Yeah, sure.
Where are you?
In the park.
Sefton Park?
No, the other one. The nameless one.
Everything all right? I can hear a dog barking.
Oh, it's fine. That's just a dog barking.
Listen, love, we're coming to pick you up.
All right, great.
Can you put your sister on?
Not really.
Why not?
She's not here. She's gone to a cafe.
But it's raining.
It's all right. She's got an umbrella.
But what about you?
I think she's bringing me a latte.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm by the entrance opposite the Old Garden Festival.
All right, love. Keep trying.
Okay, Mum.
Won't be long. Careful.
I'm being as careful as I can. Where are they?
At that park she likes to go to.
Which one?
It doesn't have a name. You know the one where they had the garden festival thing that time?
What are they doing there?
I don't know. She seems to love it. They're on the far side by the gates. Well, Jason is. I'm going to find out where the other one is.
Hiya, Mum. You alright?
Where are you?
In the park. With Jason.
Jason said you'd left him.
No, well, I went to a cafe. On my way back to him now. Got him a latte.
We're coming to pick you up. We need to get him to the clinic.
Is it an emergency?
Yes. No. Yes.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, sis.
Sorry, I lost track of time.
Don't worry about it.
I got you a latte.
Oh? Where is it?
I dropped it. Sorry.
It's Mum and Dad.
Oh, yeah, great.
All right, you two.
Hi.
Hiya.
We need to get you in the car.
Oh, look at you, Jason. You're soaked.
I'm okay.
Darling, you help us get your brother in the car.
Yep, of course, Dad. No problem.
And after that, let me and you go into town. Yeah? Get our hair done and stuff, while Dad takes Jason to the clinic.
So tell me, Jason, how are you feeling now?
I sort of feel okay now, Doctor. Well, you know, as okay as I ever feel.
Of course. Now, as you know, we've become more concerned since the incident last week when you fell out of your wheelchair. It did seem that you had some kind of seizure.
Right.
You were due to come in for your monthly checkup this Friday anyway, so this has just sped things up a little. We'll do some more tests now and see where we are. So, I've got your notes here. So you're still having your weekly dialysis at the hospital?
Yeah.
No problems there?
No, it's time consuming and all that, but it keeps me alive, so yeah, it's fine.
I can see you've got some swelling around your eyes. How long have you had that?
Comes and goes, but the last few days it has got worse.
He's been getting muscle cramps as well, haven't you, son?
Yeah, swollen feet, swollen belly. It all seems to be a bit worse these days. Sometimes I feel like such a burden.
Nonsense.
I wonder, Mr. Savari, have you considered having a live-in nurse for Jason? Someone to help with the care and so on?
Well, we do have Jason's sister.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, she's devoted to Jason. Can't do enough for him, can't she, son?
No.
They're very close. She's always taking him out for walks. Never complains, does she?
No.
You're very lucky to have her. To have a sister. I mean, she's just 18, but you think with the makeup and the hair and the clothes and everything, well, at least 25.
We're all very lucky.
Jason's mum and her daughter spent a lot of time shopping for clothes and getting their hair done. Invariably, they get their hair done first at Herbert of Liverpool, the most fashionable salon in the whole city. For shopping, they especially loved to go to Cricket, which was the smartest boutique on Cavan Walk and was where all the footballers' girlfriends went. When they emerged, weighed down with shopping bags, they would get the bus home to save money.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to Herbert.
Hello. We haven't booked her anything, but can you fit us in? I'm thinking of having a light trim, and she's undecided.
I'm thinking streaks.
Oh, yes, of course. We can fit you in any time. Lovely. If you'd just like to take a seat here, our stylist will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Can I get you some coffees or a glass of Chardonnay?
Ooh, glass of Chardonnay, please. Is that all right, Mum?
Yeah, fine. 2 glasses of Chardonnay, please.
Certainly. It won't be a moment. Kai, can you do us 2 glasses of Chardonnay, please?
Why are you giving them pair Chardonnay? They didn't book her anything and were slammed.
Keep your voice down. That's Mike Savari's wife and daughter.
So?
Mike Savari is the wealthy owner of 3 insanitary tanning salons, 2 inefficient and unpleasant hand car washes, and a number of highly unpopular city centre fruit stores that offer very poor value for money.
Oh, Christ, you mean he's a gangster?
He's one of Liverpool's biggest.
Which means one of Europe's biggest. Give me them glasses. There you go, ladies. 2 lovely glasses of Chardonnay. Carlos, our stylist, will be with you shortly.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
I love it here, Mum.
Well, Herbert's is so much more than a hair salon. It's an experience.
I'm defo thinking streaks.
You'd suit streaks.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, see who that is over there? Isn't she married to that footballer?
Where? Oh, yeah, that's, Rachel. Her and Everton defender Leighton Baines have been sweethearts in school.
Oh, yeah, remember? She dotes on him, and he dotes on her.
The way she's having her hair done is gorgeous.
Isn't it? I was just going to say that.
Might try having mine done like her.
You should. I reckon you'd look gorgeous. Here, love, look at this dress.
Oh, Mum, that is gorgeous. Are you thinking for me or thinking for you?
Oh, not sure yet. Let's both try it on. See who wears it best.
Oh, these red boots, aren't they gorgeous?
Do you want them?
I'd love them.
Well, let's get them then. They're gorgeous.
They've got so much gorgeous stuff in here, though.
Hey, see who that is over there? Isn't she married to the lead singer of the Zootons? You know, oh, God, what's his name? Dave McCabe.
Where? Oh, yeah, that's Mercedes. She used to work in fashion herself. That top she's looking at is nice. Might try one of those on.
Look at this dress. Oh, I love how floaty it is.
Now that is gorgeous.
Isn't it?
Is it Marc Jacobs or...
Stella McCartney.
How much is it?
It's £900.
Right.
Do you want it?
Mum, I'd love it.
Well, let's get it then. It's gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, Mum.
Oh, look at the time. We best not be too much longer.
Ooh, what about this top?
That is gorgeous.
You're so good to me, Mum. I've got everything. My own credit cards and all the clothes and shoes and boots and hair products and acrylic nails. Everything I could wish for. But sometimes I see you looking at me with sadness. And I think I know why.
Why?
Well, Jason, your firstborn, has been such a disappointment, being so sickly and uninteresting all the time. So you lavish all your love on me, and that sometimes makes you sad. And I love all the stuff you buy me, but I want you to know I am working on my spirituality as well, Mum. I strive to be a better person. No matter the amount of negativity that comes your way, smile, because you are still alive. Nothing is more precious than life.
That's very true, love. We only want what's best for you and Jason.
You should buy Jason something nice. His life's very hard.
Oh, we will, love. Someday, we'll all give him something very special. When the time's right.
You know, my wife Linda has always disliked this story. She thinks it's too nasty and also somewhat derivative. I shout at her, "What do you know? I won the BBC Audio Drama Award for Best Scripted Comedy in 2019. Then I get in my car and I drive to a unit I rent in one of those storage places on a bleak industrial estate in a place that might be Acton. And I roll up the shutter and there's nothing in there, apart from in one corner a travel rug. And there's something under the travel rug that seems to be breathing.
Yeah, Alexei, you're supposed to be doing a bit of narration that advances the story.
Yeah? Well, what do you know? I won the BBC Audio Drama Award for Best Scripted Comedy in 2019!
Sorry about that, folks.
Are we still carrying on with this?
Yeah, of course.
Good to be home. It's funny your dad and Jason aren't back yet.
Yeah.
Hiya. Is everything okay?
No. You need to come to clinic now.
The Lewitt's clinic.
No, the other one.
Oh. Do I need to bring Jason's sister?
Yeah, you need to bring her.
All right. I'll see you there.
Where are we going? And why are you driving so fast?
We need to go somewhere as quickly as possible. Dr. Keynes has spoke to your dad and she was a bit concerned about some of Jason's test results.
Oh. Okay. What is this place? I thought we'd be going to the Lord's Hospital where Jason goes for his dialysis. Why have we come to this big Victorian house in the Whittle? Looks like a care home for the elderly. What's this place called?
It's not a care home, love. And it doesn't have a name.
Well, this place looks so crappy from the outside, but inside it's gorgeous. God, those flowers are gorgeous.
Good evening, Mrs. Savari.
Dr. Keynes is with our son, Jason.
Ah, yes, of course.
Where do we need to go?
Your husband is in the family waiting room. Don't worry, madam, we've got everything in hand. And this must be his sister, right?
That's right.
So, sweetheart, we'll just transfer you into this wheelchair.
Oh, I don't need a wheelchair, I'm fine.
We want to take the best care of you that we can.
Honestly, I'm fine.
Sit down, love.
What?
You should sit down, darling.
But...
Sit down, love.
Oh. Okay.
Lovely. Right, now, Mrs. Savari, if you'd like to go through there into the family waiting room, we'll get Jason and his sister all set up.
Set up?
Nothing to worry about.
God. I hate waiting. Don't you?
I know. Surely the operation's done by now. Poor Jason.
Hey, see that woman over there with the flowery top?
Yeah.
Isn't she married to him? Oh, what's his name?
Oh, yeah. That's Mickey McGee's wife. He'll probably be having some bullets dug out of him, most likely.
No wonder she looks worried.
Well, when you're an assassin, stands to reason some folk will want to assassinate you back. You know, I've always thought it was very far-sighted of the organised crime community in the Northwest to found and fund this state-of-the-art medical facility. You know, equipped with the latest apparatus from all around the world and staffed by doctors and nurses who are the very best, if perhaps a little mercenary in their outlook. A place where us and our associates can have our inevitable injuries and wounds treated without attracting any questions from the authorities.
Are you sure we're doing the right thing here?
It's a bit late to be having doubts now, isn't it? When Jason was born and we learned he'd probably get really sick one day, we made a decision then and we need to stick to it.
And we've given his sister everything and asked nothing of her entire life.
Exactly.
Our lot, he's always been sickly.
Too bad, the poor little pig.
We had to think rather quickly.
'Cause strategy's how we work. Our lass, she's wanted for nothing.
Each need immediately met.
Turns out, when you spoil and rotten, rotten's just what you get.
Jason's sister lives with nothing denied. Jason's sister vain and bloated with pride. Jason's sister, Jesus knows how we tried, but we treasure you for what's on the inside.
Mr. and Mrs. Savari,
What's happening, Doctor?
I'm afraid there's been a complication with the operation.
With Jason?
No, not with Jason. That part of the kidney transplant went extremely well. Assuming there is no rejection, which we don't expect, he'll soon be well fit and healthy. Healthier than he's ever been in his life.
Oh, thank God.
No, I'm afraid it's the kidney donor, your daughter, who has the problem.
What's happened?
She suffered a very severe reaction to the anaesthesia. She had a series of strokes on the operating table.
I can't believe it. We were only shopping this morning.
There's been extensive nerve damage. I'm sorry to have to tell you that there is every chance your daughter will only make a partial recovery.
So, what does that mean?
Well, the most likely prognosis is that she will be confined to a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
Oh, that's awful. A dream was that if one day it was needed, she could donate one of her kidneys to her beloved brother.
You know, normally children have years of counselling and support before they're allowed to donate an organ.
But she is devoted to her brother. She would never have minded giving him a kidney.
Well, if I was to be completely honest, I'd say she did seem to mind. She put up something of a fight. We had to sedate her quite heavily in order to get her onto the operating table, and that didn't help.
That was just temporary panic. At heart, Jason's sister is a virtuous, obedient girl.
And she loves her brother more than anything in the world.
It's true. If she suffered to help Jason, I believe in time she'll come to accept her disability.
And anyway, Jason's such a good boy. I know he'll dedicate his life to looking after his sister, just as she looked after him.
Good. Well, that's good.
Our life, it ain't like your others.
Lines of succession need guarantees. Fair shares for sisters and brothers, but kidneys don't grow on trees.
Jason's sister lives with Monday night. Jason's sister smoked and self-satisfied. Jason's sister, Jesus knows that we tried. But we treasure you for what's on the inside. We treasure you for what's on the inside.
Why do we always have to come here?
The Nameless Park. It's your favourite place in the whole world, sis. You can pretend you're in a fairy tale.
I know, but can we not go shopping or something? I'm bored.
Don't count the days. Make the days count. Jade.
Yeah, sure, another time. Yeah, look, there's those foreign weeds you like with the black leaves.
Oh, yeah.
I think it looks ugly, but what would I know? If you love it, you love it. That's the main thing.
Well, I'm not forced.
Why don't I just park it up here so you can have a look at it?
I'm not that bothered. We can keep going. We can go back, in fact. I've had enough. I'm happy to go back.
Let's get a bit more air first. Besides, I'm enjoying the exercise. It's good to wear in these new trainers. You okay, sis?
Muscle spasms.
Guys, yeah, they are awful, aren't they? Anything I can do?
No.
No, there isn't really, is there? Listen, I'm just going for a wander down to the river. I'll take you with me, but the ground, it's so uneven. Don't want me hitting a roost and you getting tipped out again.
It's starting to rain, look.
I won't be long.
What you doing? Where are you going?
I told you, I'm going to look at the river. I won't be long.
But my hair.
I won't be long.
Promise?
Promise.
The Nameless Park starred Louis Emmerich, George Fouracres, Sean Mason, Alice Macmillan and Claire Sweeney. It was written and narrated by Alexei Sayle and adapted for radio by Graham Duff. The original music was written and arranged by Tim Sutton. The producer was Joe Nunnery. It was a BBC Studios production.
And next time, Maxine Peake stars as a lawyer who, having returned home from work without a house key, begins to see her seemingly peaceful street in a sinister new light. Alexei Sayle.
The world is a frightening place. How are we to navigate the perils that lurk out there? Well, the British Army has some advice for its soldiers. The first thing the soldiers are told to look out for is the absence of normal, i.e. the sudden disappearance of children or women or traffic from the streets. Those things that should be there suddenly not being there. The second phenomenon they are warned to be vigilant about is the presence of abnormal, meaning the abrupt appearance of things that shouldn't be there suddenly being there. Unfamiliar pickup trucks, hard-faced men in black robes showing up on street corners trying to look like itinerant balloon sellers. Or perhaps a woman sitting outside her own home, but unable to enter it.
I wasn't even born when the events of Paris 68, Les Auvements, happened. Wouldn't be born for another 12 years. But strangely enough, I know all about them. See, there was this art teacher at school. You know, people say, oh, there was this one teacher at school who really inspired me. Well, he wasn't that. He was just some frazzled old lefty, and the only interesting thing about him, the only compelling thing he'd ever done, was he'd actually been in Paris in 1968. So he never shut up about it. The riots, the street theatre, the fact that he'd been beaten up by the CRS, the slogans on the wall, be realistic, demand the impossible, la poésie est dans la rue. Poetry is in the streets. Mostly, he would talk about the Situationists. The Situationists were these Marxist surrealists, and their slogan on a wall was beneath the pavement, the beach. They had all these ideas about reclaiming the city, which they called psychogeography. Psychogeography focuses on the city, but not the fancy stuff, not the museums and swanky restaurants and opera houses. Rather, it's the place around the back of the opera house, where they put out the bins, or overgrown traffic outlets, or strange little parks. The Situationists said you should become lost in the city, which you achieved through the derive or drift. Psychogeographers idolised the romantic stroller, the flaneur, who wandered about the streets with no clear purpose other than to wander. Of course, there's a thin line between a flaneur and some idiot who just got lost. That's why I bought a flat in central London, because I had this idea that I would wander the city streets finding inspiration and illumination. Except I didn't. I don't. I drive everywhere. I suppose, although he was an arse, the art teacher's words stuck with me because that's what I thought I'd become. Some kind of artist. But then when I was 13, my dad got sick, and it was terrible to see this big man who'd been my protector, my rock, suddenly shrunken and white with pain. My mum was no use, she just ran around screaming. And at that same point, well, I decided I didn't want to be an artist anymore. I buckled down at school, where before I'd been a bit of a troublemaker. And I went to university and studied law, and now I work as the youngest partner in a big city law firm. It's not a big passion, but I've never regretted following that path, and I'm really good at it. People do sometimes ask me, do I have something else I wish I'd followed instead of law? There is an artist in our street, not one of the big ones, not a shark piccolo or anything. You've probably never heard of him, but still, he can afford a whole Georgian house. I mean, who'd have thought you could make so much money from art? This is a very nice area as it goes. The pavements are always clean. There's a private square opposite. Considering how close we are to the centre of London, it's fairly quiet here. Well, except when it's not. But it's nice here. It was only when I reached the front door and slipped my hand into my coat pocket that I discovered that I must have left my front door keys inside when I went to work in the morning. Oh. So I'm sitting in my car, outside my house, with almost 3 hours to kill before my husband comes home. I think about getting the laptop out and working on some case notes. Then I think about making a couple of work calls on the mobile. Then I think about not doing either of those things. I think about, for once, just relaxing. Just sitting there and watching the world go by. So, I'm sitting in the car, the heater's on, and I'm looking around at the other houses. And it occurs to me that this is the first time I've ever really spent any time actually looking at the street where I live. Normally, all I ever do is step out of my front door, cross the pavement to my car, or an Uber, or go to the corner to hail a taxi. It's weird. I've lived in this street for nearly 10 years without ever looking at it for more than a few seconds. So what do I see when I look? A long row of elegant four-storey early Victorian townhouses, and facing them a large private square with plane trees reaching up higher than the houses. Beyond that, the outline of more trees, because even though this is the very centre of London, a brisk 15-minute walk to the West End, bizarrely, our street is on the irregular edge of several acres of grass and woodland. The garden square backs onto a children's playground complex, playing fields with tall London plane trees and bushes, and beyond that the council park. Monty used to go into the park, our cat. I'm sure he must have done. In fact, Monty was the only member of the household who knew the area well. He wasn't a neuter tomcat. I'd had him since he was a kitten. Every night, Monty'd wake up from his place behind the broadband hop, then he'd squawk to be let out the window and swagger off towards the square. The last I ever saw of him was his ball swinging as he disappeared into the shadows. Then the next day he didn't come back. I'd always sort of imagined Monty was indestructible. I thought he was so wise and so smart that he'd always be able to avoid any car wheels or wild dogs that came his way. But apparently not. That was a year ago now. Anyway, the reason we chose the house wasn't for its rus in ube charms. Rather, it was because of its proximity to the law courts. My offices are in Bedford Row, which is only a 5-minute drive away. The barristers I need to see are in the Inns of Court, which start at Gray's Inn, which is literally at the end of our street. And my libel cases are heard in the law courts themselves on the Strand. In a way, the whole area is like a legal shopping mall. You must think it's nuts to drive such short distances, but my car's a Tesla, so that's all right. Our place is 2 houses, which have been converted into 5 flats. They're all occupied by several brands of lawyer. I've met the other lawyers in my building, although we're not really what people call neighbourly. We say hello if we happen to bump into each other on the stairway. Well, that's about it. As for the neighbours in the other houses, not a clue. I haven't met any of them apart from maybe 1 or 2. I've never been one for mixing with people next door, nipping in and out of each other's houses to borrow jam. Oh, no, I'd rather go without jam. I have friends. Not lots, but some. They're scattered across London in 1s and 2s. It's funny, I'm always reading about these great roiling extended families that apparently everyone has nowadays. In reality, most of my socialising tended to be with people from work, and I didn't even like that much. Once or twice a week there'd be some kind of drinks do, in the British fashion, which means no food apart from stale nuts, and the non-alcoholic option is a gin and tonic, and everyone would get hammered. Except I didn't drink. I despised drunks. The lack of control appalled me. I thought, what could there be inside your mind that is so bad you have to scour it with alcohol? I still think about Monty a lot. Every day, really. I check the time. I'd only been parked there 18 minutes. That sounds like a decent length of time, but it isn't. It's just 18 minutes. There's so much time to kill. I think I might try another nap. It's so warm in the car with the heater on, so I close my eyes and snuggle down into the seat. The instant I do this, I hear a car zooming up, playing this, well, noise. I mean, it's a residential area, not some drill music drag strip. So I watched this car park up, and I recognise it immediately. It's a red Vauxhall Astra. It has a huge blue disabled badge in the window. Never seen the owner before. Well, this young man literally jumps out of the car. Good-looking guy. He's wearing sports gear and he's dancing like he can still hear the music, dancing like he's in a club. And he dances right across the road, really going for it. I can only assume he's still on some high from some drug he's been taking, coke or ketamine or moo cow or whatever it's currently considered fashionable to kill your brain cells with. Anyway, he's still dancing, and he's heading for this house 3 doors along from us. Suddenly, he does a front flip. Seriously, lands it perfectly. Right in front of the door, slips his key in the lock and dances inside. Disabled my arse. Then it's quiet again. I open the window a little to get some air, and I hear this extraordinary sound I've never noticed before. The roar of rushing water, and it's coming from a cast iron manhole cover in the middle of the road. And then I remember this woman I met, a neighbour, started talking to me in the supermarket, who said she'd noticed me and we lived in the same street. So I asked her which house she lived in, and she said Sir Abdul Ali Khan. I thought at first it was one of those gender things you can't challenge anybody on anymore, and though she looked like a 60-year-old female academic type, she had chosen to identify some sort of Muslim potentate. But it turned out she was referring to the blue plaque on her house. Sir Abdul Ali Khan, Muslim scholar and poet. We don't have one, but there's hundreds of them in the street, writers, artists, politicians who lived and sometimes died in these houses. I don't think there's ever been one in our house that says, Catherine, adequate lawyer. But she'd written this book on the history of the neighbourhood, had Sir Abdul Ali Khan / timid academic woman. And in it, she writes about all these local rivers and streams, tributaries of the Fleet and the Tyburn that crisscrossed the neighbourhood and once ran above ground, full of fish and reeds and wading birds, but now are confined to coverts under the street. I thought of these black currants beneath our houses, and it made me feel sort of strange. There's all these psychogeographer writers like Ian Sinclair, who walked right round the M25, Will Self and Peter Ackroyd, who wrote some creepy books about London. He used to have his office in the street, and when he tottered past to go to the corner to hail a taxi, I'd hold Monty up to the window and say to him, "There he is, that's Peter Ackroyd." He did this remarkable thing, Peter Ackroyd. He had a heart attack or something, but he said he wasn't going to let it change the way he lived his life in any way. He wouldn't stop drinking or smoking, lose weight or take more exercise. I can't imagine that, not making every effort to keep yourself safe from harm. Anyway, he doesn't come by anymore. I don't know whether that's because he's moved his office or he's lying in a coma somewhere. His mind dark, like one of those rivers. I've been there for about an hour and a half when I saw these 2 youths walking along the pavement, coming towards the car. They were laughing and joking, mucking about. One of them kept pushing the other. It was friendly but rough, if you know what I mean. They were probably only about 15, but tall, wearing black hoodies and tracksuit bottoms. They made me feel, I don't know, a bit unnerved. It made me wonder, casting my mind back to when I was 15. Did my friends and I cause adults to be unnerved when we were wandering the streets laughing and joking? I doubt it. Anyway, I was watching them and they came to a halt a few feet away from the car. I knew they hadn't spotted me. One of them was talking on his mobile and the other was texting on his phone or playing Pokemonsters or whatever it is they do. There was something about their manner, I don't know what it was, but I could tell they were up to no good. I just knew it was something to do with drugs. Either they were selling drugs or buying drugs or asking someone about drugs or telling someone about drugs or something drug-related. It was so obvious. I thought it might be a good idea to report them to the police. I mean, at the very least, they were loitering. And the law is quite clear about loitering. See, I thought if I could get a photo of them loitering, that could be used as supporting evidence. So, I got my phone and I took a couple of photos of them. But then, when I looked, they were so grainy you could hardly make them out at all. It was a dark night and they were wearing these black hoodies, which, if you think about it, is quite suspicious in itself. So I took another photo, but the bloody flash went off, of course. That made them notice me. Suddenly, the two of them were staring right into the car, right at me. I didn't know what to do. I was just frozen. Then I thought, sod it, I'm phoning the police right now. So, I press 99. Then the screen goes completely black. The battery just dies. I tap the screen once more and lift it to my ear. I'm making it look like I'm phoning the police, tapping the screen 3 times and pushing it to my ear. If they're watching closely, these lads will know that I'm phoning 999. So after a moment, I say, please, please. I didn't say it too loud, but I say it just clearly enough for them to hear. All this time, they're both still standing, staring at me. So then I start saying, I'm parked on Montague Court, London, and I'm witnessing a drug deal. But as I'm saying this, they both nod to each other, turn their backs, and drop their trousers, which are only half covering their underpants anyway. Then they pull their underpants down as well. So I'm sitting there, trying to improvise a one-sided conversation with a non-existent police receptionist while being faced with 2 spotty teenage backsides. This isn't my typical Thursday. I managed to come up with a few more lines about how I would continue to monitor the situation until the police turned up. But the whole time I'm being stirred down by these arses. The moment seems to go on and on. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, they were still there. Then suddenly they both burst out laughing, pull up their tracksuit bottoms and wander off. I wouldn't say that I feel violated, but actually I do feel violated. I didn't think my street was like this. I guess I don't know this area as well as I thought I did. The next 30 minutes or so passed calmly enough, but somehow my mind won't settle. My perception of where I live has started to shift. Before this evening, I'd been the centre of my own universe. But now I'm developing an uncomfortable awareness of the other lives that are going on around me. Sleeping when I sleep. Breathing in and out in a rhythm along with my own. The cosy, warm feeling I had earlier has disappeared. Now I desperately want Stephen to come back and let me into the sanctuary of my own home. I somehow don't feel safe. I begin to wonder if all the work I've been doing is preying on my mind. Or maybe it's some kind of karma. After all, a big part of my job is to ruin other people's days. I suppose I'm quite dedicated to my work. Those distinctive long brown envelopes I send out, a size and shape that nobody else in the world uses. So when one of those drops through your letterbox, you know you're in trouble right there. As soon as someone sees one of those letters on their doormat, they know their day is ruined. Perhaps I have to pay a price for all those long brown envelopes. About 9:30, I noticed 2 swarthy young men exit the house next door but one. They're accompanied by a very pretty young girl. About 15 years old, I'd guess. She's beautiful. The sort of girl men can't help staring at. Tall, blonde hair, big eyes, Lovely face, lips, great figure, but very natural, you know? Not all fillers and lip plumpers and boob jobs. She's just very naturally beautiful. A whole life ahead of her. Again, it makes me think about when I was 15, 16, how anxious and critical I was about my appearance, how I absolutely hated so many things about the way I looked. But now, when I see photographs of me then, all I see is this beautiful and vital young girl with a whole life ahead of her. Something tells me I'm destined to be in my 70s, looking at photographs of me in my 40s, thinking how vital and beautiful and young I look. I just wish I could see that right now. Anyway, I'm watching this beautiful young girl coming out of number 66, accompanied by these two young guys. So the three of them cross over the road, and they're standing by this red sports car just in front of me. It makes me uneasy, though. I mean, what exactly is the relationship between the girl and the man? I mean, is one of them her boyfriend? Or are they in some way in control of her? Has she been trafficked? Is that possible? Again, I think about when I was 15, how terribly vulnerable I would have felt in that situation. It's now 10 o'clock. I can't believe how quiet the street is. Despite this, or maybe because of this, I'm feeling, well, I'm feeling unsettled. It's so weird. I'm sitting in my own car, on my own street, outside my own house, and I feel uncomfortable. Vulnerable, I suppose. It's also different to how I imagined it to be. It's like I've spent all these years living somewhere I know absolutely nothing about. All I know for sure is what the inside of my apartment is like. Everything else feels... I don't know. Alien. I never realised it before. But every morning when I step out of my front door, I enter a completely unknown space. I don't know any of the people. I don't know what they do or how they operate. Suddenly, looking up at the empty street, I see a movement from the private square. A black shape opening the gate that requires a special hard-to-copy key. The shape is a man. A tall, red-headed man wearing thick glasses. He seems to have some sort of belt with strange objects dangling from him. I instinctively know something is very wrong. The man passes close by the car before disappearing into a house 3 doors down. My mind is reeling. Those things jiggling on his belt. I think they were heads of cats. My heart is pounding against my chest, heavy and hard, like it's trying to get out. I can't believe what I've seen. It's so horrible, but so fleeting. But I know what I saw. And you see, part of me wants to run up to his door, hammer on it and challenge him. But then the biggest part of me wants to drive away. Drive as far away from him as I can. Drive as far away from the street as I can. I'm breathing so fast, I'm starting to hyperventilate. I'm looking for a bag to breathe into or anything to slow my heart rate and calm me down. Oh, I wish I still smoked. I check the car doors are definitely locked. Seconds later, I check again. I'm so unnerved. My mind won't settle. I can't believe I actually let myself fall asleep earlier. Allowed myself to be so vulnerable. It takes about 10 minutes for me to get back on top of my panic. But as soon as my breathing is back to normal, I start crying. I'm thinking about Monty. Is that what happened to my cat? Was he cornered in the communal garden by the cat man? Did he end his life wiggling on the belt of that weird man? Dear God, I'm sitting there and my mind is reeling. I thought I lived somewhere quiet and respectful and safe. But all my preconceptions have been blown away by these few brief hours spent watching life go on around me. I've spent my whole life trying to be safe. By the time Stephen arrives home on the dot of 11, I've become a nervous, panicking mess. He tries to soothe and calm me down, but I refuse to listen to his soothing words. I tell him we need to move house. We need to get away from this dangerous place. Under the pavement is not the beach. Under the pavement is dark soil and the bodies of dead cats and unexploded bombs. And in a bid to quell my panic, he asks me where I think I'll feel safe. And that stops me in my tracks, because suddenly I can't think of anywhere I'd ever feel safe. So anyway, my name's Catherine, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Catherine.
Locked Out starred Maxine Peake. It was written and narrated by Alexei Sayle and adapted for radio by Graham Duff. The producer was Joe Nunnery. It was a BBC Studios production.